Characteristics of consciousness. The study of consciousness is very difficult and is often controversial because of its subjective nature. There are many differing ideas and views about its nature and characteristics in the sciences as well as in the spiritual traditions. Similar words are often used that have different meanings attached to them. For the purpose of this article, the following are the essential characters of consciousness as they are understood and used in the development of the model. There are two modes for the consciousness or the self. First, unmanifested mode. Nothing has arisen within consciousness for it to be aware of. The self remains in its pure form. 2. Manifested mode. Something has arisen within consciousness for the self to be aware of. Since there is no other apart from the self, manifestation must mean self-manifestation. The self is manifesting itself to itself. That must of course happen within the self too. For the purpose of this article, what is manifested is the whole cosmos as an appearance in consciousness, not as an independent physically real entity outside of consciousness. The cosmos includes everything that can be perceived, including the body. In the manifested mode, consciousness appears to exhibit certain fundamental characteristics. These characteristics can be understood and verified by examining our day-to-day waking experience. It may be easy for some, but very challenging for others. A certain stillness of the mind is required, where one is able to be without thoughts for a certain period of time, while still remaining very alert and conscious. It is during this time of stillness that one can discern these characteristics of consciousness. Otherwise, they become quite obscure behind the incessant waves of thoughts and inner self-talking that happens almost all the time in the mind. Dreams and simulations are also very useful analogies that can be used to help us understand these characteristics. Pure subjectivity. Whenever there is consciousness, there must be a self or an I associated with it. Consciousness cannot occur independent of a self. Thus, the words consciousness, self, and I are often used interchangeably. Consciousness cannot be shared. A sentient being can only know the content of his own consciousness. He cannot access the content of another sentient being's consciousness. Thus, when a sentient being perceives the cosmos, he is perceiving his own version of the cosmos in his own consciousness. Here, no matter where we appear to be in the cosmos, we are always here. Even when we move to another location, when we arrive there, we will still have to say that we are here. This means that there is always a center from which the whole cosmos appears to originate or emanate. That center is the source of consciousness. Now, whenever consciousness perceives something, it always does so instantaneously. The perception is immediate. It doesn't require time. Thus, the appearance of the cosmos to a sentient being is always now. The past when it happened was now. The future when it happens, it too will be now. Because it is always now, the appearance of the cosmos is momentary. It is not continuous. The cosmos appears, then disappears, then appears again, perpetually. In other words, there is a perpetual recreation of the cosmos moment to moment. The cosmos appears continuous because the rate of this recreation is large enough to give the impression of continuity. It is very similar to the continuity we see in movies or videos. When the cosmos disappears, the pure self or consciousness remains. There is no void or pure emptiness. Hidden. In a dream, the real dreamer or the source of the dream cannot be found in the dream itself, because everything that appears in the dream including the dream body, is dream stuff. The source of the dream seems to emanate from a dimensionless point somewhere in the center, where the body is. In summary, with these characteristics, when the cosmos appears to consciousness or the self, it would appear moment to moment, emanating as if from a dimensionless point at the center of the cosmos.